financial advice. I tell people what I'm thinking, and I have different financial experts from different perspectives on, so people can make up their own mind. Bloomberg, WorldNet Daily, they're all reporting on what the White House is saying, and they're now pressuring public and private pension funds. And the federal regulators get what they want, but people are scared of them, to invest in, quote, failed banks. And I know there are gold IRAs, and many of those have performed better than, other type of IRAs and 401ks and things that are, made up of different investments and mutual funds or stocks and bonds or a mix of those. And I think diversification is always the answer. I mean, that's a tried and true tactic. And I think people should be in a lot of different things if you have enough money to be in a wide spectrum investment portfolio. But I would rather physically hold gold and silver than have a gold IRA. I know Ted Anderson promotes some good gold IRAs, and if you think the system's safe and that they're not going to take it, the point is you'd want to invest in some of those because they have been performing, in many cases, much better than other IRAs. But again, that's up to you to make that decision, Alan.
I completely understand, but, it's just finding directions to go, and I understand you're not a financial planner. But anyway, I appreciate it. It's this is pretty heavy stuff, and I appreciate your help, and keep up the good work.
Alan, good to have you on board, and I should have asked Alan how he found the show. Please pay it forward. If you are listening on local AM and FM, tell your friends and family, neighbors, people at grocery stores, hey, tune in, Alex Jones is on, or he's on in an hour, or he's on tomorrow, key information. Send friends and family the free link on Infowars.com to download the iPhone app that has 5 stars. There's very few iPhone apps that have 5 stars. Upwards of 1,000 ratings now, 5 stars. You may not have an iPhone, but your friends, your family, your neighbors do. Anybody can listen off the audio link streams in different formats at Infowars.com and PrisonPlanet.com, but the iPhone app lets you take it on the road. We have the Flycast free app. We have links to that as well for any type of cell phone out there. It's all there. And so it's good to hear that you've gone down the rabbit hole and are really starting to see the matrix. Let's go ahead and go to Paul in New York. Paul, you're on the air.
Hi, Alex. How are you?
Good. Go ahead.
Good talking with you. Well, I've been a fan for quite a while, and thanks for everything that you're doing. I wanted to know, I've been, I have an aunt that I debate with things with a lot. She's a big Obama fan and things like that. I just bring up 911. I mean, she acts like everything's Obama. Everybody's against Obama, and I'm more... I said, well, what about 911 before Obama? That happened, and, I didn't know they had a 911 debunked on YouTube, and I'm wondering, do you know about that? And are you guys doing anything to debunk that? Because I never saw that before. Is that something new?
Okay. I take it you're a new listener, Paul. Are you asking me if I've ever questioned the official story of 9/11?
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I'm not questioning that. I know that you have. I'm an old listener. I've been listening for about a year now. But I'm wondering if you're aware of that debunked website, because she sent me that. I was never aware of that before.
All right, Paul, I appreciate your call. There are hundreds of government-funded so-called independent groups, and this came out in Cass Sunstein's Chicago Law School reports. He's now the White House regulations are. And he said we must get groups that look independent to go out and attack 9/11 truth. I mean, NIST has given 6 different reasons that Building 7 fell and has had to go back over each one. The way Popular Mechanics debunked 9/11 truth was by saying that only one aircraft had been intercepted by NORAD in the year before, when it was 160 plus. They just lie. They say that the Tower 1 and 2 were hollow inside and had no supports. I mean, it's just ridiculous levels of disinformation. I would just move on from your aunt. People who want to be willfully ignorant, people who want to be raped by the government, people who say his name isn't Barry Soetoro, they're not going to be woken up. And the media always makes it about how he's being attacked by Republicans. He's being attacked. He's bad. He's bad. He's bad. The leadership of both parties are all in it together. It's all staged. They just share power and occasionally fight with each other over the levers of power. And so I would reach out to people that are waking up and people that do care. I would move on from your aunt and don't waste your time. Let her be ignorant. Let her love Obama. If you want to wake her up to Obama, I would give her the Obama Deception on DVD. You don't have to even buy the high-quality DVD at Infowars.com. You can just go to Google or any search engine and type in the Obama Deception. There's thousands of copies of it online for free. The top link, in fact, let's do this live on air. Go to Google, live on screen, and type in the Obama Deception. And the top link is a link to a director's channel on YouTube where the whole 2-hour film is there for free and decent quality. It's in a lot better quality at prisonplanet.tv. And you can be a member and support us and watch the live TV show and get better quality podcasts and all of that. But I don't care. I mean, it just took them 5 seconds. And he lied about signing statements. He lied about lobbyists. He lied about everything. And he's lying about what the health care bill really does. It doesn't cover pre-existing conditions. It cuts Medicare and Medicaid. It's a robbery. Even from her liberal perspective, she needs to understand that's a lie. But you can't wake the dead. And you know what? But at least she's engaging you and trying to counter what you're saying. So don't let it get you down if you can't wake some people up, okay? Mona in Texas, you're on the air.
Good afternoon, Alex. How are you?
I'm okay.
I have a quick comment and a question. My family personally has suffered at the infiltration of CPS, family courts, and all their paid henchmen in our lives. My 30-year-old daughter committed suicide on 11/10/2005 after a 5-year war with a very corrupt CPS and family court system. Now, as of late, the former Georgia Senator Nancy Schaefer and her husband Bruce were found dead last Friday, as you know already. As we all know, Nancy Schaefer was a true crusader against the wrath that CPS and the family court system causes innocent families. I've watched many of your videos. Was Nancy scheduled to be a future guest again on your show? And did Nancy also try to reach you with great urgency to no avail? I just would like to know, what is your take on all this and why you didn't return her calls? Thank you. Well,
I mean, I guess I'm bad. I mean, at the end of the day, everything's my fault. I'm evil. That's why. No, I mean, let's be serious. We get hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of phone calls, thousands of emails a day. And I've been trying to get Red Beckman on for the last week, and he doesn't have an answering machine, so it just rings and rings. He may be out of town. So if something ever happened to Red Beckman, it's not that I'm bad and did something to him. It's that we were unable to get him on the show. I'm saying hypothetically. Yes, Rob Dew came in and said, in the last few months, she called a few times and said she had some, new developments, interesting information. And I think I'm probably wandering around with 2 phones on my head and, trying to get the air conditioning fixed or whatever's going on around here. I'm like, yeah, let's get her back on. Then it falls through the cracks. See, I'm not omnipresent. I'm not God. But we've had her on the show several times, and but I guess I'm bad. I mean, I apologize. It's my fault. Maybe I killed her. Okay, we're going to go ahead and let that lady go. Thank you. I appreciate your call. But coming up in the next hour, we have William Fain, who'd been working on a film and who had interviewed her, and he'd talked to her 48 hours before she was killed. And so we'll be talking about that some coming up in the next hour. Her husband and her were killed. But to be serious here, it sounded like you were reading an email, ma'am. And look, if there's a cloudy day, the internet blames me for it. That's COINTELPRO and jealousy. If somebody slips on a banana peel, I